merhaba. Nasılsınız? So we are Pınar and Viola. Together we form a design duo. And I'm from Amsterdam. Pınar is from Istanbul. And in our practice, we are specialized in the creation of the image. And we call ourselves image couture.
Well, we will talk to you about our work and the reasons why we had to invent a new area of expertise. But we first show an image, which is here. It's a creation of ours. The images that we create go on products, various products, but this particular one went on a pocket square, which is done for a private gentleman's club. Okay, let's talk about inventing your own profession. We're here telling you something which is very close to inventing your own, being an entrepreneur, being a freelancer, being able to work in your pajama. These are very nice things. Maybe half of us share the same thing as we do. But actually what we do is a step maybe beyond or maybe below. Because we didn't only start an enterprise, we also invented an entire universe around it. So imagine you're starting your job from zero, scratch, you're bottom level zero, but we had to do is to start from -50 because we had to convince people that we invented, which is fun, is actually something necessary for this world. So hereby we will talk about what image couture means, but also what was the necessary reason behind why we had to invent our own specialism.
So the images that you will see behind us, they are all digitally crafted images, digitally painted images. We often say we paint them by hand, digitally, like things merge in our practice. But before we will go deeper into our work, we would like to give you a few examples of professions that are kind of affiliated with what we do. Think about like a photographer, or a graphic designer, an illustrator, a painter, or an art director, and also a very important one, a trend forecaster. But the thing is that still we could not really find a title that we find suitable for us. So that's why we really felt like inspired to come up with an own term to name our practice. Image couture.
Well, we will first tell you about image and then couture. Image, we're very familiar with this word. It is everywhere. It is so present everywhere that we, between us, call it the dark matter. The dark matter, the air. You don't even see it anymore. Especially since these phones became the extensions of our hands, or the advertisement campaigns decided to populate all around us 360, image is everywhere. But here, we're here to tell you about something maybe not maybe visible to everyone, to the consumer, which is that the danger that these images bear, that we carry in our hands, the way they can manipulate us secretly, the power that they carry, that they can impose on us to make us want something so bad that we finally end up being very, very unhappy if we don't own it. Or another example would be the power of the image being able to shape our mind in such a way that they implement a very clear concept of something much shall look like. For example, I give the example of a very luxurious car commercial versus the commercial of the latest gluten-free granola bar. One involves, I will give very basic examples. One involves James Bond, a very handsome spy, a British man in his car. You want to be him, you want to take that car. And another one is a very beautiful lady, just after sports, trying to keep herself thin by eating her gluten-free granola bar. Well, actually, we would like to, with our work, we would like to point out to this fact, and we would like to change it.
Yeah, because these images, they are so influential on us, and it's very tiring, because they are everywhere, and they are really like filled with, I would say, like kind of visual psychological tricks to really influence how we feel, my mood, my desires. And we didn't want to participate in the image industry in that same manner. So we thought we want to do something else. We want to change something. And then we realized that what we actually would like to achieve with our visuals is that we kind of change the awareness, the visual awareness of the viewer of our image. And we do that with our work. That's where couture comes in. Like the image, which is so fast, needs couture to have that extra value.
Maybe half of you, maybe all of you is familiar with this word couture from the French word haute couture from the fashion industry. Actually, haute refers to high, and couture means the art of creating fine crafted garments. By the way, we're still showing examples from our work at the back. Well, actually, maybe you may not know, but haute couture is actually a French institution which gives this title, which gives this right to carry the title of haute couture to very few fashion houses in the world, including Dior, Hermes, Chanel. If ever your haute couture brand bears this right to carry this important name, then you are required to give a very fine craftsmanship in the garments that you create, an ode to beauty, and then very time-consuming handmade techniques of ornamentation. Okay, we have two different concepts: image, fast consumption, old, I want you, I need you, buy me, and then another one which is couture, taking your time to create something which is eternal, which celebrates the beauty of craftsmanship.
So for us, this marriage between image and couture is the perfect description, the perfect formula to add an extra visual and philosophical richness to the images of our reality. So in our work, what we aim is to make this combination of this detailed craftsmanship and a strong visual concept, because for us the result is our timeless images that are reflections of our contemporary. But another thing that is an important part of what we do is that in all these visual stories that we tell, we always try to implement new symbols and new signs for today, and also make use of contemporary forms of decoration. So a form of decoration which is not nostalgic.
By this, we just explained you the reasons why we had to invent a new profession, and we would just like to illustrate by giving you two examples. First one is a project by us called Scandal Aqua. Let's have a look to this image. It's a pretty girl. We may be familiar with this because the internet is filled with images like this. Taking a selfie, this girl could have been me, you, your girlfriend, or your daughter. You're comfortable with the presence of being able to read this. But we would like to point out something that you're not seeing. Is it the towel that she's wrapping her body around? There's something off. There's something off with this image. I can help you understand, which is instead of Madonna, a dolphin, or Justin Bieber, as Pınar and Viola, we decided to place the image of a politician. Because the reason why we wanted to do this work is to be able to make you question with what political sex scandals brought to our mind, and where the image of the politician is heading for in the future.
From the towels, we jump to webcam masks, because what I mentioned before, contemporary decoration, this is a good example. For a website, overlayer.com, I click. We created a series of masks, because on this website, the internet user merges into a webcam art piece. And we made 8 different versions where people the internet user morphs into an optical illusion itself. So for us, it was a very symbolic way of showing, like, our self-image on the internet is so important. And it's also, we think that we show a lot online, but in a way, we're also actually hiding a lot from ourselves. And when a portrait of ourselves reaches this status of an upload, it is a very, like, carefully act of self-design. It's really like, it's a very special way of, like, how do you present yourself on the internet. And this project is a kind of a celebration of that, but also makes you think. So, I mean, sometimes I'm like, is this really like my job? Because I'm having so much pleasure by making these things, and yeah, it is like my job. So, of course, this was like, this whole process, we're now working since almost 7 years. It was, we learned a lot, and it was sometimes, of course, very hard. But we would like to share a few of our, experiences with you, because in a way, we're like, the work we do is kind of living our dream. And how do you do that? We would like to share something with you, because we realized that if your dream, if you turn it into something that is not only like a dream for you, but also for the other, it's more easy to find people that are supporting you. And we have a very nice term for this. It's called the Candide Technique. Because before people actually want you, you have to make them want you.
And with this, in order to custom tailor a Candide technique for ourselves, we completely, again, self-invented a new term, which is creating image collections. Well, these collections can refer to, okay, this can stay. Well, with the image collections, let's say the way fashion designers launch collections where they give a hint about the future of clothing, we launch collections every year on the future of the image. So these occasions create moments where the image entertainment and design come together, and people who are in our sector come to see us because they wonder what will be in the future of the image. What you see here, maybe you recognize these politicians inspired by political sex scandals, these towels that we showed you just before. Well, actually, it was part of a collection of ours 3 years ago. So what we did is that we got inspired by something very political, but the image of the politician, and then sprinkled it with what we call image couture, and brought it back to the heart of the politics. What you see, I mean, this is the town hall of Paris.
So the creation of the image, the mastering of the image, we really like to see it as our universe, but we also, this is a nice moment to ask you, like, what would you like to create in your universe? Because sometimes it really seems that in the world there's not enough place to really do the things that you like, but we really believe that we all have this pioneer inside you that can turn your ideals into a new profession.
Because, I mean, we both believe that if you do something really with love, and if ever us two, we could transform pixels into couture creations, then we believe that you can also do anything you wish. Thank you.